ready to wake up, you're going to wake up. And if you're not ready, you're going to stay pretending that you're just a little, poor little me. And since you're all here and engaged in this sort of inquiry and listening to this sort of lecture, I assume that you're all on the process of waking up. Or else you're teasing yourselves with some kind of flirtation with waking up, which you're not serious about. But I assume maybe you are, not serious but sincere, that you are ready to wake up. So then, when you're in the way of waking up and finding out who you really are, what you do is what the whole universe is doing at the place you call here and now. You are something the whole universe is doing in the same way that a wave is something that the whole ocean is doing. The real you is not a puppet which life pushes around. The real deep down you is the whole universe.
I'm vibing with Mother Nature. This is Mother Nature. This is what was already given to us on this earth. This is what we should be connecting to. You know what I mean? This is who we should be a part of. This video games, these Netflix, this technology, social media, this is what distracts your mind from being who you want to be. There's two different things. There's the ego and there's your inner self. Your ego is what you want people to view you as. Your inner self is who you are. When you discover that your ego is all these things that you post on Instagram, all these things that you post on Snapchat, that's how you want people to view you as. Your inner self is allowing you to just care about you. You don't give a fuck about nothing else. That's literally just you. And that's the thing that most people don't get. And it's okay if you don't get it, because everyone has their own opinion. Everyone's life is based on a different reality. Mine, like I said, I'm not perfect, but my life is just based on doing me. I don't give a fuck about what other people think. Most people would be like, why the fuck you online talking about all this shit? Why the fuck you care? I don't care. If I don't care, why would you care? You know, I used to be hella scared to hop on live or hop on some shit like this and talk about the shit that means, you know, that has an impact on my life, because I was afraid that people would judge me. But that's the biggest problem. Like, that's the thing about being spiritual. You don't care if people judge you, because you have no care for that, because you know it's only you. You know you're the only person that could judge yourself, and that's the thing. And you know, we live in a society where people are afraid to talk to other people because we're so tapped into the games and the phones, and it allows you to distract yourself from not being able to, you know, talk to people or say what's up or talk to strangers and stuff. And you know, like, you know, yeah, talking to strangers are bad and shit, but it's not gonna go out of your way just to say hello to somebody. For all we know, man, saying hi or saying one word could change someone's day. And people don't understand that. My bad if I keep burping. But you know what I mean? Shit's crazy. And most people who are watching this right now are probably like, damn, like, what the fuck? Like, I've never heard you talk like this. Yeah, no, I don't really go out about and talking about my spirituality and my thoughts and what I think, because those are my own thoughts. But I have come to learn that I want to be able to speak on my mind and speak about who I am and my beliefs. But what I tell you, you take with a grain of salt. You don't have to listen to what I tell you. Take that with a grain of salt. You believe what you want to believe, because you are your own person, and you are the only person that can have your own beliefs. Just because I think a certain way doesn't mean you should think a certain way. Doesn't mean I'm any better than you. No, we're all the same. Like people say, if I cut you open, you cut me open, we bleed the same blood. That's why I don't get the whole concept of all this racism and all these black, white, Mexican. Like, I don't get it, because we all the same. We all the same. It's crazy. It's crazy. Hello, good morning. How you doing? See? That's the things that most people are afraid to do, just to say good morning. And I'm only 20 years old, bro. I'm only 20 years old. And I'm out here doing my thing, enjoying myself. For me, this is dope. For me, this is inner peace. For me, this is something I enjoy. Being outside with Mother Nature, you can't tell me this shit don't look beautiful. This shit looks dope. I'm just out here going for a walk, enjoying myself. I could be out there fucking waking up in the morning smoking weed or taking a drink. But no, I'm getting my mind right. Especially right before I go to work, getting my mind right. I should be working out, but shit. Today I just felt like I needed to walk, you know? Life is a balance. Everything you do in life is a balance. You don't, like I said, you don't gotta stay on a set schedule. Everything is a balance in life. That's why yin and yang was created. It's a balance. Low-key out of breath, I was just rambling for a minute. But damn, I wish more people are on here so they could ask me questions and shit about, like, you know, their life or what they want to talk about and shit like that. Cause I could go deep. I could go super deep. I have a lot of mental thoughts that I've been practicing and researching and doing on my own, just realizing. And a lot of the information that I get, you might think it sounds crazy, but a lot of information I get is from these walks and from the sun. You know, as a spiritual being, you realize everything around you. When you're spiritual, your eyes are more open. You are able to look at everything around you with I don't know why it is, but it's just how it is. About like 4, 5, 6, 7 months ago, I was not like this. I would wake up in the morning, fucking find some food, lay down, watch some Netflix, play some games, you know? But you have to realize that at some point in time that doing the same thing over and over, especially doing all that, is not gonna benefit you. You know, most people say they want this, they want that, but they're not gonna get up and go do it. That's the problem. They don't want to do it. But how you gonna do it if you locked up in the crib 24/7 playing, doing all random type of shit? You know what I mean? And it's by no means, it's not to judge you or nothing like that. It's to just let you know that if you say you want to go do something, you're gonna have to go do it. No one's gonna do it for you. Before you know it, you 15 years old playing games and shit. Before you know it, you damn near 20, still doing the same shit. Now what you gonna do? 5 years have passed and you still playing games, watching Netflix, sitting on a couch doing nothing. But I don't know, man. It's all this shit right now, especially with this corona shit, that shit's crazy to me. Shit blows my mind because people don't understand that this thing is like, it's demonic, it's evil. All this shit that's going on is evil. This having a mask on, you know? Yeah, having a mask on, like you have a mask and shit, that's just good. But keeping 6 feet apart from each other, you know, that's something that separates each other. This was the start of all this racism and all this random weird shit. Like, I don't know, like that shit's just weird to me. Like, I never understood the whole concept of racism and all this type of shit because, like I said before, we bleed the same blood. We bleed the same blood. Look at me, I'm a dark dude walking in a white neighborhood, you know? Most people will feel weird, but because I've been here my whole life, I don't feel no type of way. And especially where my mind is at now, I don't care. I don't care. I don't fear nothing. I'm not afraid of anything. And that's the thing, this whole concept of coronavirus and all this bullshit that's going on is to keep you in fear, is to keep you in the lowest vibration. They want your energy to be low. And I'm not gonna let that happen. That's what I'm based on. My energy and my vibration is high. Why? Because my mental capacity is at 100 right now. I'm allowing myself to do what I want to do. I don't let people tell me what to do. Now, I'm not saying trying to be ignorant or nothing and saying that you shouldn't be listening to the people that, you know, give value to your life and tell you, hey, you shouldn't be doing this, you should be doing this. Now, there's a difference. There's a difference between being ignorant and there's a difference between learning your own value and believing in your own self. Now, if you're 15, 16 years old, smoking weed and drinking, and your parents say, hey, I don't fuck with you doing that, listen to that shit. Because that's not something that you should be thinking about as a 15, 16-year-old wanting to drink and smoke and fuck up your life. And I'm not saying that smoking and drinking gonna fuck up your life, but at the end of the day, like I said, there's a difference between ignorance and there's a difference between believing in your own values. Believing in your own values is something that you passionately believe in. If you're a person that likes to do art, that's your passion. You believe in doing art. If you like to do makeup, if you like to sing, if you like to do all that shit that you believe in. Now if someone comes up to you and tells you, hey, I don't fuck with your art, I don't fuck with your singing, I don't fuck with your makeup, you go listen to that? Probably not. Why? Because that's your passion. That's something you love to do. No one's gonna stop you from doing that. And that's the thing. That's a lot of things where people don't understand. Like, that's why a lot of people in high school and shit be getting depression and anxiety. But I mean, I'm not one to say anything, because in high school I did deal with depression and anxiety. But that doesn't mean that you're just gonna stop right there. Oh, just let the depression and anxiety get to me. Fuck that. I'm gonna let it be. Nah, bro. You get right up and you allow yourself to find your inner peace, find your happiness. You gotta figure out what makes you happy. If walks are not what make you happy, if working out is not what makes you happy, then you gotta find what makes you happy. Like I said, just because I'm spiritual does not mean a spiritual person or a person that wants to become spiritual has to do the exact same thing like me, like go for a walk and shit. No, not at all. Spiritual people have different journeys. I've seen multiple spiritual people who don't go for walks, don't do this, don't meditate, but they have passion for what they do, passion for music, passion for art. They allow themselves to do all that shit. And they're at peace. Why? Because they don't give a fuck. They don't care what no one says. They just doing it just because they want to do it. That's their passion, that's their hobby. And that's what I'm trying to tell people. That's what I'm trying to put people on. You gotta understand, if you like to do some shit, go do it. If you know you're good at doing some shit, go do it. Don't have yourself locked up in the crib fucking, like I said, playing video games, watching Netflix and shit. Why? For what? You're just wasting time. Who knows? You might be 15 years old, fucking super good at art, or super good at singing, or super good at doing whatever the fuck you're doing. By the time you're 17, 18 years old, graduated out of high school, you already got a fucking contract from a company that's asking you, yo, I like the way you do this, I'd like to sign you. Or I like the way you do this, I'd like to fucking, offer you a job. That's what I'm saying. That's the beauty of being a human being that people don't understand, is that you literally are capable of doing what you believe you can do. Your mind is so strong that it'll allow you to do what you want to do. Shit's tough out here though, cause a lot of people be watching and be thinking like, damn, this motherfucker sound crazy, but trust me, if another spiritual person were to hop on this live right now, he'd be agreeing exactly with this exact same things I'm saying. It's just cause that you're not there yet. You don't understand where I'm coming from. My vibration is at a different capacity from yours. I'm thinking differently from you. I don't think the same way. My views are different. The way I see things are different. Like I said though, I'm not a perfect person. I have ups and downs. There are days where I do get mad. There are days where I do feel angrier than some days. But like I said, that's part of being human. That's what having emotions is about. But you have to understand that having emotions is not something you should just hold on to for the rest of your life. It's something that you just have for a couple seconds, you let it go and let it be, because there's nothing you can change about it. It's the past. And that's what a lot of people gotta understand, is that a lot of things that happen in your life, it's just what happens. It's the way the universe was aligned for you in that moment in time. Some days will be good days, some days will be bad days, but it's a balance of life. Like I was saying earlier, that's the whole point of the yin and the yang, balance of life. There has to be a balance of life. If everybody was perfect and everyone was so giddy, good, shit would not be good. I'm telling you, shit would not be good, because the moment you slip up is the moment you fuck up. I don't know, bro. Shit's wild out here. It's fucking dead near 11. Gotta go fucking shower and shit. But this is some shit that like I'm just rambling about, and most people don't understand where I'm trying to come from. Most people don't get what I'm trying to, what's the whole point of this? Like, what's the whole point in talking about being spiritual? What's the whole point in being spiritual in general? like I said, you don't gotta be spiritual, bro. I'm spiritual because I chose to be spiritual, and I'm glad I'm spiritual. The reason I'm spiritual is because it allows me to detach myself from the reality of what's going on in this lifestyle. And I've allowed myself to create my own reality. And I'm not saying that in a crazy ass way, oh, I'm creating my reality because I'm fucking weird and shit like that. No. I'm creating my reality because I want to learn the value of me, learn the value of my life. That's why. But it's just wild, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy how a lot of people my age want so many things, but yet don't. They say they want this, they say they want that, but don't allow themselves to go out and grab that. Don't allow themselves to go out and you know, enjoy themselves, find their inner peace. They're so locked up in the house, bored and shit, because for what? Because they choose to. Most people out here my age got a whip, they got a car, they got money, they got everything they need, but yet they still fucking lonely and bored. Why? Because they choose to do all that. They choose to stay in the house and be locked up. I don't know, bro. I want to make an Instagram, a separate Instagram solely based just for people who want to become spiritual, all my spiritual people, you know? Because I know a lot of motherfuckers out here probably don't want to log on my shit because they find it to be hella fucking weird. Hella weird. But it's cool though. It's cool. It's cool to be weird, bro. It's cool to be fucking weird. It's cool to be different. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with being different. I don't need to be like everybody else. I don't need to. I enjoy myself and my life where I'm right where I'm at. This shit's crazy though. I wish more people would get on. Like no one's on. No one's fucking on. But well, I'll be rambling, bro. That's what I do. I just ramble. This is what I do when I walk. I have these thoughts, and that's why I told you having thoughts and your thoughts in your mind are two different things. Your thoughts are your everyday, what happens every day to you, and your mind is that computer that generates those thoughts. And when you have to learn to tap into your mind, and that's what meditation is all about. Meditation allows you to stop worrying about your thoughts and just focus on your mind. It resets that computer for you. It resets the emotions. It resets your thoughts. It resets everything you think about. But for most people, I sound crazy as fuck, but like literally, no one's on this fucking live and I'm talking to myself. But this is exactly what I do. I'm not saying that I go on the walk and physically and literally talk to myself. No, I literally in my mind while I'm walking, looking at nature, speaking to myself, trying to find my existence, trying to find my reality, and realize that I'm in two different realities. The reality that I created on my own and the reality of this lifestyle that we all live in. I don't know, man. It blows my mind how people have this big misconception of being a spiritual person and why they judge it so much. I never understand, you know, because they've never tried it. But I'm not the one to be bogus and say, oh, I just became spiritual out of nowhere. No, I did have my downfalls. I did think that being spiritual was weird. I did think about all that. But, you know, it didn't mean I was opposed to it. I just really needed to do some research and think about it and figure out what being spiritual all was. And the more videos I watched, the more I read, the more I did research on it, I learned that being a spiritual being is is hella dope. It's dope because you literally learn the value of yourself. And you know, like, yeah, Corona was so fucked up about what happened with all those people, but at the same time, coronavirus, like, that break allowed me to understand the value of myself and understand the value of being just me. And that's all I wanted. All I wanted was to learn who I was. And when I mean learn the value of who I was, I mean literally, like, as a mentally, physically, and spiritual being. I want to learn how to pick up my soul and allow my chakras to grow. But it's crazy because, like, people would just, you know, listen to it and they'll be like, this dude's fucking weird. Like, what the fuck is he talking about? But I'm not going crazy. I don't smoke anymore like that. I barely drink. I'm sober as fuck. I got no mental problems with me. Nothing's wrong with me. Look, I went for a walk, had a fucking bagel this morning with some green juice. I'm literally sober as a motherfucker. Just enjoying myself. Out in the view, walking. About to go to work in 30 minutes. Nothing wrong with me. Nothing wrong with me. I'm not taking no type of shit. I'm just here I'm a spiritual being having a human experience, enjoying myself in Mother Nature. What else is there to do? What else can you judge me for? I ain't doing shit but just walking and enjoying myself.